If you are in desks 13 through 16 and your name appears here, also in cores 1 and 2, if your name appears here, 17 through 21, you're going to be writing a one-paragraph character analysis. Here's how you're going to do this. Let's start using this sheet that I gave you. When we studied 11, we studied characterization. Remember we analyzed Candace through this acronym STEAL? We looked at her speech, her thoughts, her effects on others, her actions, and her looks. We're going to do the same thing with a different character from Tuck Everlasting. So, you're going to pick your favorite character. I just ask that you do not pick May Tuck. You're going to pick a character that you like, maybe one that you think is interesting, courageous, or maybe you don't like this character and you want to say something about him or her. That's fine. But you pick your character and then you're going to make a claim about this character. You'll describe your character using one single character trait, and then you're going to show how this trait is revealed. It's either going to be through their speech, thoughts, effects on others, actions, or looks. You're going to support it with textual evidence. Here is a sample. Notice that this student followed the laserbeamperry.com video's rules on how to format. So we have a left-hand side, we have a name, we have a centered title, and then we have double-spaced paragraph in 12-point Times New Roman. In the student's first sentence, she introduces May Tuck. It's important that your character is mentioned in the very first sentence. The student says, May Tuck is the matriarch of the immortal family, Tuck family, and Tuck Everlasting, written by Natalie Babbitt. So the student introduced the character that she's going to be writing about, she introduced the book title, and she introduced the author. You are to do all of those things in your very first paragraph, in your very first sentence. Next, the student decided that she was going to say that May was orderly. But that's kind of confusing because her house is really disorderly. So the student made the claim that though May's house is disorderly, she tried to maintain order within her family. That's really interesting. So now the student has to prove it with an example from the text. So notice how she formats it. We have a quotation, and then we have the quote from the book, close quotation, a space, and then the page number within parentheses and the period outside of it. That's how you are to format your quote as well. So this quote seems to be May's actions are proving that she maintains order. At dawn, May Tuck set out on her horse for the wood at the edge of the village of Tree Gap. She was going there, as she did once every 10 years, to meet her two sons, Miles and Jesse. Well, this now requires explanation. Like clockwork, she meets up with her sons every 10 years. Here's another example. In this paragraph, we're revealing May Tuck through her speech. So this student wanted to say that May was loyal. So notice the first sentence again mentions May Tuck. It tells the name of the book and the author. So May Tuck is the matriarch of the immortal Tuck family and Tuck Everlasting, written by Natalie Babbitt. Now we have to make a claim. So here's what this student decided to do. Throughout the story, May is extremely loyal to her loved ones. So this student's trying to prove that May is loyal. The student decided to do this with her speech. When May learns of Winnie's knowledge of the spring, she says, "It pains me to think how your mom and pa will worry, but there's just no way around it. We got to take you home with us." Now it requires explanation. Not only does she keep the family secret in an effort to protect her husband and sons, but she also kidnapped Winnie to ensure the safety and secrecy of her family. One final paragraph for your reference. Again, we started out with May Tuck, we mentioned the book title, and we mentioned the author. This student wants to say that May is a very loving woman. This student's going to prove it with effects on others. So here we have May Tuck is the matriarch of the immortal Tuck family and Tuck Everlasting, written by Natalie Babbitt. May is a very loving woman. Even when Winnie is kidnapped, she felt like she belonged with the Tucks. Here's the quote from the text. They were her friends. She was running away from it all, but she was not alone. As a result of May's warm, kind nature, Winnie was not fearful, but very comfortable. So that is proving that she is loving using her effects on others, which is Winnie. So you're going to pick your character, think of a character trait, how is that trait revealed, and then write your paragraph using the attached outline. When you type, remember to use the formatting video on laserbeamperry.com, then share the document with Mrs. Perry. Good luck, and make sure you move your clothespin and let Mrs. Perry know if you need any help.